There are several foods that are bad for your brain. You should definitely cut back on your consumption of them because of this. If you don't, you might grow complex and chronic illnesses that ultimately endanger your health. The majority of your body's physiological responses are influenced by food. As a result, if your diet isn't ideal, your organs could gradually start to deteriorate and stop functioning as well. The foods that are worst for your brain. Next, we'll discuss 4 of the foods that are the worst for your brain health. Obviously, it's best if you limit them as much as you can. Some of them, though, can be consumed in moderation when included in a varied and balanced diet. Alcoholic beverages. No matter how much is consumed, alcohol is toxic. You should refrain from consuming it as a result. Furthermore, this poison can raise the risk of developing dementia in adulthood, according to a study that was published in the journal Alcohol and Alcoholism. Alcohol also impairs your memory in addition to causing momentary and transient problems with brain function. It even results in a decline in cognitive function that becomes apparent over time. The fact that younger people appear to be drinking more alcohol these days is particularly concerning. Pastries. Trans fatty acids are abundant in bakery products. These have inflammatory properties that could interfere with the way all of the body's organs function. Additionally, they have a detrimental effect on the intestinal microbiota, which alters the variety and density of gut bacteria. You must keep in mind the connection between the gut and the brain. So, if there are issues with the microbiota, more toxic substances can enter the brain. This is caused by the intestinal membrane's increased permeability. Your nervous system will suffer as a result of these toxic substances. Research that was published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease supports this. Sweets. Simple sugars are frequently found in high concentrations in sweets. These substances alter your body's natural inflammatory processes. On an emotional level, they may even cause a certain amount of dependence. In actuality, they affect your mood and are viewed negatively over time. You should, at the very least, refrain from consuming them in large amounts. During the first few years of life, it's crucial to limit sugar intake. In fact, now is a good time to lay the groundwork for a healthy diet, emphasizing the consumption of fresh foods over those that have been industrially processed. One more thing to consider is that abusing simple sugars can alter your metabolism, which then affects how your body is made up. Foods with artificial sweeteners. To replace simple sugars, scientists created artificial sweeteners. This was due to the fact that they could be sweetened but lacked the calories of sugar. The truth is that they're not as healthy for you as they first seem to be. In fact, the majority of these substances have an impact on the intestinal microbiota, lowering its diversity and density. The permeability of the digestive tract is increased in this way. Both the health of your nervous system and the operation of your brain may be affected by this. You should refrain from consuming them because of this. Be careful with the foods that harm your brain. As you can see, there are a variety of foods that, if consumed frequently, can damage your brain. Definitely steer clear of consuming them frequently and in large amounts. In fact, they can affect your metabolism, cardiovascular system, and central nervous system in addition to being bad for your nervous system. Remember that a balanced diet with a variety of foods is only one part of a healthy lifestyle. For instance, you ought to engage in regular physical activity. Additionally, getting 7 or 8 hours of sleep each night will have a long-term positive impact on your health. Your body struggles to repair the damage it sustains on a daily basis if you don't have these kinds of healthy habits.